everyone, welcome to Sugar and Crumbs. Let us know that you're here, give us a wave, whatever it is, just let us know you're here. So it's me in the kitchen tonight, and if you don't know me, I'm called McFarland, and today it's chocolate cake day. So Maria has asked me, would I make you lot a delicious chocolate cake? Now, I told you earlier on in the year that we're starting our theme of back to basics. So what I'm doing is, I'm not a professional cake maker, I'm not a professional baker, but what I do like doing is playing in the kitchen, and because of that I set up a company called Sugar and Crumbs that do delicious flavoured icing sugars, and we also make delicious flavoured cocoa powders as well. So can you see them there, Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just why I said can you see them, Laura, that gives you a big hint that Laura is in the kitchen, so is Maria. Okay, hi girls.
Hi.
So they're helping out with everything tonight, and what I want to tell you is there's 4 chocolate flavours. There's chocolate chilli, chocolate lime, chocolate orange, and that's what we're going to chat about tonight. I put a fabulous bundle deal on, so you make a nice saving if you buy all 4, and I'm sure by the time I finish this demonstration tonight, you're definitely going to want to buy it. So, what do you think of our new little didgeridoo at the side?
It's on this side, Carol, just in case you want, on that side to you.
So on this side to me?
Yes. Just in case you want to do like a little shopping channel
like
kind of. There you go.
Good job I wasn't doing that. Look at the right twit.
I thought I'd better tell you where it was.
Okay, right, fantastic. So while our audience is growing, I'm actually just going to go through a few things, but Laura is going to repeat them all through the night. So I'm going to talk about it once, but then Laura will repeat things for you through the night and pop up some little pop-ups, okay? So like and share. So every week it's been really great. You lot have absolutely loved it. So like and share on the live. If you share this live tonight, share it with all your cakey bakey friends. We're looking for more people to come and watch us here at Sugar and Crumbs. And on that subject, if you are new, let us know that you're new to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and let us know where you're coming from. And even, you know what, let us know how you found us, which would be great. So like and share basically means every week we do a draw at the end of the session, and what we're doing is last Monday's draw will be drawn tonight. We do a draw just on the phone. If you're wondering why I'm wiggling my hands like this, just on the phone. I get all the shares up on the phone, wiggle them backwards and forwards. I'll let Maria pick tonight, and the winner gets a £25 voucher emailed over to her. Okay, and that's great, and it's been lovely to see everybody win, hasn't it, Laura?
Yeah, really,
absolutely
really good.
Great. So, classes have gone down a storm since I've started this payment plan. Crikey, fantastic. I don't know why I didn't think about it before, because even though I'm here in the kitchen and I'm showing you back to basics, so many of you want to learn the more professional side, and it's great to learn the professional side, really it is. And we've got loads of lovely tutors coming into the kitchen. Now, I'm first in this week. I'm in on Wednesday. There's still spaces available if you want to join me on Wednesday. I'm doing a cupcake bouquet. I'm going to show you the live on Wednesday night, and you're going to be absolutely devastated that you didn't come on Wednesday. Sorry, running out of breath, can you believe it? So I'm going to show you how I made a 24 cup bouquet. Now the other ladies in class, I'm not sure whether they want to make a 24, which is what I've told them they're doing, but every time we come in class it ends up being a 3, a 7 and a 12 because they want to divide it all, but that's entirely up to them. But I'm going to do a nice 24 one so I can take a lovely picture of it and have it on the website, yeah? So that class there is £149. If you want to pop on that class, all you need to do is pay £50 now, phone Laura tomorrow, book on, but you need to phone early because I'll have to order some more cake.
After 9.
After 9, yes, AM, because she's on late tonight, so she'll get in till after 9 tomorrow. And Karen's not there tomorrow because she's here with us. So book on with Laura, but make sure you phone before midday if you can, because I will need to order cupcakes. Because I don't make them for classes anymore. I order them in because we want to spend more time decorating them. And then you pay 2 monthly payments of £50 thereafter. We've got classes on the 19th and on the 11th of March, so I hope to see you on them if you can't make this Wednesday. Other people I've got in, now this weekend I've got Amy Archibald in. I need one more person on that class. So do phone in and book in on that class. It's an amazing class. She's going to show you a copper effect. I mean, copper on the middle tier. Royal icing. You're going to make some beautiful flowers. She's going to show you the suede effect. She's going to show you how to make a copper heart. It's an amazing class. So if you want to jump on that class, I've split that down to 4 payments of £87.50. It's a weekend class. Booking at the Premier Inn down the road. There's a Premier Inn South, a Premier Inn Stockport. They're very, very reasonable and they're 10 minutes away from me. So if you want to jump on that class, phone Laura tomorrow. Get on it as fast as you can. We've also got Michael Lewis Anderson in. Now he's gone from no classes to 1 full class to now nearly 3 full classes. So if you want to get in that, get in it. It's an amazing, it's going to be, do you know what? I've got Michael here with me for 6 days. I reckon I may have to go and have a lie down. I'm having 4 days off before he arrives. No, I'm having 4 days off after he arrives. I think I might need 4 days off before he arrives just to prepare myself for it, because that man is so full of fun. And he is doing 3 classes of Royal Icing, and again we're splitting that up. So you can pay £50 deposit and 3 payments afterwards for £50. Now the Saturday class is full. The Friday and Sunday class are half full. Maybe more than, I think one of them is more than half full, isn't it? I think it's Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to get on that, get on it, because you're going to love it. And I've just booked in Molly Robbins' brand new class. Now it's on the website, £149. Again, you could pay in payments. Now, we've not told you what she's going to make, because she wants to make 2 brand new designs in class, not seen before. So 1 class is the stand-in and 1 class is the lay-in. So we've got stand-in on the 14th of March and lay-in on the 15th of March, the Sunday. You want to book both? Fantastic. But there's no design there what she's making, because she needs to make some new ideas. It's going to be an animal, I'm sure it is, but she's got loads of ideas running through her mind, and she said, you know what, let's make it in class. And I think that's a great idea. What do you lot think? So, Georgie Godbold, she's in at the end of March, 3 classes. Her teapot class is sold out, so I've only got unicorn and mermaid class. Definitely well worth getting on. Again, same deal. Natalie Portrin is on the 5th, 6th and 7th of June. She's doing 3 individual classes, and have you had a look at them? Go and have a look at them. I'm telling you, you'll want to book all 3. I mean, I'm definitely doing 2 of them. I'm doing the Friday and the Saturday, and then the Sunday is like a basics class, so that you can come and learn how to learn all the basics and colouring and techniques and everything. You're just sitting there all day making little roses, little peonies, you're colouring them in. She's going to show you how to colour properly. And then we've got Zoe Fancy Cakes in. So that's a massive 6 months of classes. Laura's going to repeat these afterwards. And on top of that, we're going to Crafter's Companion, and I think, is it next week?
Yes.
Don't know where I am. So not this Friday.
Yeah.
Next Thursday and Friday. So next Thursday, the 6th of February, we won't be doing a Facebook Live at night time, because we're having to do it in the afternoon. We're actually with Crafter's Companion, and we're doing a 4 p.m. live, and that's to attract the American audience. So we'll be doing a 4 p.m. live. Those of you who can't watch it will be able to watch it later, but hopefully you'll be able to watch us live at 4 p.m. and it will be on the Crafter's Companion channel. But I will get Laura and Maria to share it on the group and on the page so you can see, and they're going to be there. So it's very, very exciting for us to be up there. We have 2 classes there, demonstrations, not classes, on the Friday. 1 is fully booked, the other one has still got places available. It's a £5 ticket. Seriously, come along. I'm going to show you how to make buttercream. I'm going to show you how to bag up your nozzles. I'm going to show you how to two-tone. I'm going to show you how to triple tone. I'm going to then decorate cupcakes for you. We're going to put it all together in a cupcake bouquet, and we're taking sugars, we're taking colour splash, we're taking everything with us. So if you want to buy it, you can buy it as well, which is great. And you just buy it at the till at Crafter's Companion. So, and then we go on to Chesterfield on the Saturday. We're doing it exactly the same, no live, but it won't be Maria and Laura with me. It will be Karen from the office. So Karen, who was here baking her cake last week, she'll be with us. And you know what? It's a great way just to get to meet you. What a lovely way to get to meet you, really, very, very nicely. And what else do I need to say? And then the following week we go to Evesham, which is down by Worcester, near there. So we're there on the Saturday the 15th, if you want to book on. And then on the Monday the 17th, I'm at Baked In. I'm at Baked In, and I'm actually not sure what I'm doing with the Baked In guys, but I'm with them. So I can just see Laura and Maria just having some technical difficulties in the back.
There's a few people just saying that it's frozen.
Right,
the live stream is still on, but it's working on YouTube as well. So we're just going to bear with it just for a second just to see if the Facebook feed comes back. But it is in and out at the moment.
Well, I'm just going to turn my Wi-Fi off. That'll help. Do you want to go and turn the computer's Wi-Fi off? Yep, brilliant. So I'll take that off. So just bear with us a minute. Let me just see if we are live. Sometimes when you've got too many appliances using the Wi-Fi, it can take it down. So hopefully we're going to get it back shortly.
Hopefully we're just about to come back.
I can hear myself talking. So let me just see. So guys, let us know if we're still here. Oh, there you go.
It's on, it's on and off.
Well, mine isn't freezing.
Oh, some people coming back. Yep, I think we're coming back, Carol. I think we're just
there
about
you
to
go,
come
the
back,
magic
so we'll
of me
just give it
turning
a
off the
couple of
Wi-Fi from my
seconds.
phone.
I think we should just give it a couple of seconds just to let everyone get back.
Okay, well lots of you are saying hello again, so it looks like it took a bit of a dip, but didn't disconnect. So many of you are saying back, whippy, woohoo, great, we're back.
Yeah. We lost 100 viewers and we're back now. Yeah.
Right. Lots of you are saying hello again, so it looks like it took a bit of a dip. There you go. Didn't disconnect. So many of you are saying.
Yep.
Do you want to have my phone there then, so you can watch it?
Sorry, okay.
Oh, right, okay, it's okay, we're on it, great, we're on it. So, so there's lots of things going on. So I think, did you catch up with me about the Crafters Companion and where we were? So I was up to the 15th of February, just on that. Monday's Facebook Live on the 17th, we are then at Baked In Basingstoke, we're doing a demo down there. And then that's without all the other lives I have to do. So, and then let me just tell you what we're doing this week. We have got a crazy week this week. And if you think I have a crazy week anyhow, we've got a massive week this week. So this week I'm doing a live. We've got a busy Monday. Monday's always our busy day because we're doing stock ordering and everything, getting all the weekend orders out. Tonight on a Monday we have the live. Tomorrow I've got a full baking session all day with Maria because Maria and I are working on a brand new product. And we have made the product. It's absolutely delicious. We love it. So we're pulling in 2 of the girls from the warehouse tomorrow, and they are going to be baking with us all day. We're going to make anything and everything we can with it just to product test it. And if it all works, and then all we need to do then is start looking at packaging. So we're quite excited about that. So hopefully that's going to be something mid-March to late March. So that's what we're working on. And then Wednesday I've got a class. Thursday I've got a meeting with do you want to go and grab my magazine? It's in front of my computer, Maria. With Cake Decoration and Sugarcraft magazine. And somebody's done an editorial in there for us. So I've had loads of messages saying about the nice editorial in there. I've not seen it in paper myself. I'll open it up in a second.
We've got a live on Thursday as well.
And we've got a live on Thursday night. That's me, back to basics, making red velvet cakes, which I have never made in my life. So I'll have to have a little practice of making those. So I'm making red velvet cakes, and then on Friday we've got Amy Archibald come in to set up her class, and she can't do a live on Monday, so she's going to do the live on Friday night. So Maria has offered to come and do the filming, and it will be me on camera. So because John can only do one night. We can't force him to do 2 nights in a run. So, and I don't think sugar crafting's his thing, do you, Laura?
No, somehow.
So the new magazine, Cake Decoration and Sugarcraft magazine, is the 3-for-1 on pound offer on at the moment. I think there's 2 offers running, and for January they did a special one. I'm not sure if it's finished yet, but if you go to our website and go into shop, drop down to Cake Decoration and Sugarcraft magazine, and then click the box. Okay, that will take you through to their website, and you can sign up for £1 for 3 magazines. Somebody said it didn't work the other day, but I checked it and it does work. So just make sure you click that box and go on through. I think she didn't click the box. I think she just wondered what happened. So apparently there's a tutorial in here. So let's have a look. Is it going again? Or
Yeah,
okay?
no, it's on, but I think we're out of sync. So if you go out of the live and go back in, the sound and the picture should then match up.
I'll give you to do is refresh.
Refresh the page. Yeah, if you refresh your page, if you've got a synchronization issue, refresh the page, the sound and the picture will match up.
But I think those on YouTube are
Fine.
fine.
Yeah, they are.
So if you've got 2 appliances, keep the Facebook Live one going, okay, because we want you to like and share that, but go and watch on YouTube, because I believe that one's been running perfectly fine. It's weird, isn't it? We don't ever have any issues with YouTube, do we? It's always Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah.
Always them. Right, okay, we asked you to review. So, who was this who did this? Amanda Clare. She's a keen follower of our Facebook page and was delighted to see a live demo from myself at Sugar and Crumbs demonstrating the famous nifty nozzles. And she's given them a go. How fabulous is that? Isn't it? The dome cake.
Yeah.
There you go. Voila. Dome cake. I've got another one over there. So it's great. It's lovely when people give it a go, which brings me on to that when you are doing something that I've done, you know, or any of the tutors have done, or anybody in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, if you're copying it or following it, please tag us in. Let us know, let everybody else know where you learnt it from. We are only a very small company and we're trying to grow and we're doing our best, and we do these lives absolutely free, you know that, and but in return, do your best to help promote us, which would be amazing. Anybody who is new, so I'm hoping you're all catching up with sync again. Yeah. So anybody who is new, you'll see that as we're in the kitchen, I've got nail varnish on, my hair is down. Do not worry, okay? You're not eating the cake. I don't think we've got that modernised yet that people can actually pinch a bit out of the computer, albeit I'm sure most of the time you'd like to. But the cake that's in the kitchen or anything that we make in the kitchen actually goes out to friends, family, work colleagues, people who are known, who know us, who are more than happy to take it. And to be fair, most of you guys who watch always say, Carol, if I was there, I would eat it myself. I'm not dirty. Everything's all washed before I arrive in the kitchen, and I wash my hands before I go live. And Maria and Laura are beautifully clean as well, so don't worry about anything. Okay? Goody good. Right, shall we get on?
Absolutely.
And make an easy chocolate cake.
Yeah, if I can just say a few hellos, if that's all right. We've got
Super.
a brilliant audience building up. We're almost touching 300.
Super.
It's great to see everyone live with us. As Carol was just saying, we'll go through all the details of the classes and the classes companion demonstrations later on for you. So if you have missed anything, we will recap. If you have missed the beginning or you can't stay with us for the whole live this evening, you can catch up when we're finished. It will get pinned to the top of our Facebook page, and then we are streaming on YouTube, but it also gets saved to YouTube as well when we're finished. If you want to see any of the previous Facebook Lives that we've done, if you've missed anything in the past, you can head over to YouTube. Look for Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles, and if you subscribe to our page with your notifications turned on for YouTube, you will get pop-ups to let you know when we've added new videos. It's a brilliant feature. If you're interested in purchasing any of the products, our website is up on the left-hand side of the screen. It's sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. The delicious cocoa powders that Carol's going to go through are in a bundle at the moment, so they're $13.99 on the website, and they can be purchased individually as well.
They're normally £19 something.
Yes, so they are.
Did you
on
say
offer.
that?
No.
Or was I not listening?
They're $13.99. They are on offer, and you can buy them individually as well. But I would personally get all four and just give them all a go, because
Absolutely.
the flavours are so unique. You wouldn't necessarily think of putting them together, but when you've tried them, you'll love them.
And I'm going to show you a few things. So I've only got 3 of the flavours with me today because I thought I actually had chocolate chilli in the cupboard. And I now know why, because actually the chocolate chilli is my most favourite flavour. I love the chocolate chilli brownies, and if I had them in the kitchen, I'd be 3 times as big because I can just eat them all the time. So let me just show you. We've got a chocolate cherry, so I'll just pop under this camera here. So we've got a chocolate cherry. Now let me just show you on the bag here. It's a brown bag. And it says Natural Flavoured Cocoa Powder. It's very important you notice these things. Chocolate cherry cocoa powder. Perfect for brownies, truffles, chocolate cakes, fudge and cookies. Yeah? On the back, The recipe, can you see that clear enough? I know you can't see the whole recipe. There's 2 recipes. There's one there to make delicious chocolate brownies, very easy way of making chocolate brownies. And there's another way of making buttercream, okay? Do not make buttercream without reading that recipe. I'm going to show you how to make it tonight, but please don't do what somebody did on Facebook this week, and so many of you have done before, okay, which is grab this bag and throw it in with your butter. This is cocoa powder. And there was a conversation going on the other day about a lady, she'd made it and it tasted vile. And in the end, I had to put a big stop in capital letters, like stop, because people were going, no, I dilute it. No, this is cocoa powder. And if you've got cocoa powder, you're paying more for it. There's less in the bag, but it does a lot more for you. So it's an amazing product. I'm going to show you it tonight, okay? But do make sure that if you've got cocoa powder, you do not treat it as icing sugar until I show you later, okay? So there's another brown bag in the kitchen, which this is, I think, sometimes where it causes confusions, because that says chocolate honeycomb. Is that close enough? But look at this. Have you noticed? The only similarity is that the bags are brown. I have done different designs, okay? Believe it or not, it says natural flavoured icing sugar there, whereas that one said natural flavoured cocoa powder up there, okay? Perfect for buttercreams, meringues, macarons, milkshakes, fudge and marshmallows. If you turn over the back, it tells you how to make a lovely buttercream recipe. It's different. This is flavoured icing sugar, okay? So do make sure when you pick them up, just because you read the word chocolate, make sure whether it's a cocoa powder or a flavoured icing sugar, yeah? Right, okay, so hopefully you got that. How's our camera activities doing, Laura?
Fine,
It's all sorting itself out.
Absolutely.
So you may have heard the door go. John's just come for a nosy in the kitchen. Hello, John.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
As you said, just gone for a nosy.
Right, so we're going to...
Make sure everything's
We're all behaving.
being done as it should be.
He's spying on us because he hasn't got that string around my neck tonight. Normally he has a little tag like that. Right, so we're going to make a very easy chocolate cake. So let me just show you where I was before. So I made this batch this afternoon, okay, and this is a 16-ounce batch. It's a 16-ounce batch. It's a really basic recipe. I think you've put the link on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay, our easy chocolate cake. The only thing that in that link is it doesn't say anything about adding chocolate drops, but you can add what you want really. So the reason I've done a 16-ounce batch is because I wanted 4 layers, and this is what we're going to decorate later. So I've just left them to cool in the pan, okay, and we'll pop them out now. See how lovely they are. Yeah, there you go. And then we've got another one. So I've just left them to cool in the pan. I've not taken them out. You do sometimes get this little crusting over the top. Don't worry about that. They're the bits for you to nibble on, okay? They're not for anybody else. I like to bake my cakes long and slow, okay? Now, if you want to have a flat top, and I'll do it now, we sell these cooling trays as well, but if you want to make sure that you don't have any wire marks on your top cake, what you can do is put one of these on, turn it upside down, and then you won't get the wire marks on the top, okay? So I'm just going to take this one off. So all this was from a 16-ounce mix. I'm going to make an 8-ounce mix live tonight so that you can see it, and you'll see it come out the oven as well. Because by the time we've made it, put it in the oven, then we've made the buttercream, start putting this together, the cake will be ready. So I'll just push those in there. And I've made a right old mess on here, so I'll have to get myself a cloth. So unless Maria starts picking at it. She's been running in all the time. Good, Carol, it smells gorgeous. Carol, who's having that? Carol, this is the girl who started the new year. I'm not eating no more sugar. So
Didn't last very long.
no, exactly.
And to be fair, how can it when you're in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen?
I know, it is hard. It is hard. I start a diet every Monday and fail Monday night. So John starts a diet every Monday. His diet is he's not having a drink. Usually fails by Wednesday. Sometimes he manages it till Thursday, but now we've got him on cameras. It's more like Friday, but my God, he makes up for it. Don't you, John, love? Yeah. Then on Sunday he goes, I promise I'm not doing it again. Let's move this out of the way. Right. Okay, can I just give you that, Maria, before we start? Right, I'm just going to have a little clean up a minute, and then Laura's just going to catch up with you while I have a little clean up, where we're up to, and about classes. Just run over a few things that we might have missed, Laura.
Yeah, absolutely. So Carol mentioned earlier on the live that we've got loads of classes coming up. Starting this Wednesday with a cupcake bouquet class. There are spaces still available for this Wednesday's class. If you're wanting to book on and pay an instalment, do give me a call at the office.
After 9.
After 9, yeah, I'll take a deposit and then I'll send you over a payment plan just to confirm everything. It's a fantastic class. Carol's ran it before, and there's loads of those coming up throughout the year as well. We've then got Amy Archibald in the kitchen for the 1st and 2nd of February, and there is only one space available, or there was when we went live. So if you're keen to book on that, again, phone me at 9 as soon as you can, and I can sort payments out for you. Then we move on to Michael Lewis Anderson. So Michael's here for the weekend. He's running 3 classes. They're all the same content, and one is fully booked. We have got a couple of spaces for the Friday and the Sunday. So that's the 21st and 23rd of February, and that's all about royal icing. Molly Robbins has just announced that she's got 2 dates with us. So she's here the 14th and the 15th of March. One class will be a lay-in style with her Mole Creature creators. The other one will be a stand-in style. We've not revealed the details of what she's making because they're brand new to Molly and to us. And they're actually going to be her newest tutorials. So everything that's in that class will be revealed on the day.
Just let me stop you there, okay? A few of you have been asking for the mould, and I ordered last week off Molly. And Molly does apologise, because I said I would update the website over the weekend, but Molly does apologise. Where she has her moulds going into, she's actually moving location, so she's actually moving into her own premises on Friday. So what she's doing now is having all the stock moved over to her. She's got to do a stock check. She's going to sort everything out, but she's hoping to have them with me by the end of the week. So for those of you who are promised, I'll have them in stock. I'm not ignoring you. I'm bringing stuff back in, but I have to wait for some suppliers to bring things in as well. You know, sometimes some suppliers can do it next day, others take a week. Some can take a few weeks, and if I'm bringing it abroad, it usually sits in customs for a while. I've got mini nifty nozzles been sat in customs for over a week, and that's at the Russian side, and it hasn't even gone across yet, and then it's got to get across here. So, you know, sometimes it's not just me ordering, it's just I can never tell when things are going to come. Some suppliers are great next day, but others we have to just wait a little bit longer for. But as I say, with Molly's, we'll have it all in at the end of the week, and she's here to do a live on Monday, and we will have her legs available, so which is amazing. So she's going to make sure that they're in stock for us. So you may as well hang on and wait, because you're going to want to buy everything. Yeah. You're going to want to buy a laying down, a sitting, a standing one. Yeah. You're going to want legs that are on all 4s, legs that are on 2, but they will be coming this week. And I'll put an announcement on the group to let you know when they're here. Just hold on. Right, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, so then we've got Georgie Godballs here. The only spaces available is the Unicorn and the Mermaid class. That's the 27th for the Unicorn and the 29th of March for the Mermaid. Then we move on to June with Natalie Porter. It's the 5th, the 6th and the 7th of June, and they are different content on each day. So have a look on our website. You'll see the details of the classes for those 3 dates. And then we've got Zoe Fancy Cakes back in the 13th and the 14th of June, and the space is still available for all of those.
Can we?
I know, so we've got, yeah, we can see them, yeah. We've got the bride and the groom, and we've got their characters as well, which are absolutely adorable. You'll have seen us showing them on the live previously. Just very quickly, a couple of people are asking about the cooling rack. So the cooling rack is a Wilton cooling rack. It is on the website. It's got collapsible legs, if that makes sense. So it stands up, and then you can tuck them underneath itself as well. It's a 3-tier cooling rack, and it's $9.99 on the Sugar and Crumbs website. The mat that Carol, for the 3 of them, yeah. The mat that Carol spoke about before, it's a Bako Glide cooling rack liner. So it is a liner that's separate that you can pop on top of any existing rack that you've got, and that's $8.95 on the website as well.
Yes, and you can bake in the oven with it as well. You'll also see that I'm using a different mat here today. This is a non-slip mat, and it's for those of you who don't want to buy the green boards, because the green boards are really, I want to say expensive, they're well worth the money, but they're big and you need somewhere to put them, whereas this one comes rolled up in a box. So you just roll it up, put it out, and it's great for rolling out your cookie dough, your sugar paste. And when I say it is, it's amazing. So what I'm going to do now is over the next few weeks, whenever anybody's in, I'm going to get them to use this just so you can see. Again, you can't cut on it though. You know, like I'm very precious about the green board. So it is for rolling out. Worktops, rolling out on worktops. A lot of sugar paste doesn't roll out very well on worktops. We've done it with a few sugar paste. And when we come to do it on the worktop, we're having to put loads of corn flour or icing sugar down, but on these you shouldn't have to put anything down at all. So we'll let you see these being in use over the next few weeks. Anyhow, we need to get on and make a chocolate cake, don't we? Maria's gagging for a slice. Might even let her have a slice at the end of it. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our margarine in. Now I'm using stalk margarine, okay? It's my favourite, it's what I've always used. You know, simply it says on the packet, the secret to light and fluffy cakes. What you use is entirely up to you. I'm not trying to retrain any of you tonight. What I'm showing you is what I do, and I don't ever have any problems with cakes. So I'm using stalk, and by the way, my scales factories have just gone. So I must remember, I knew I had one dodgy set. So Stalk don't pay me anything to advertise them, may I add. I wish they did, but they don't. Right, so we want, remember I'm making 2 layers, so we're doing an 8 ounce. I must remember to film this way for Maria, for the camera.
Thank you.
Or do you want to come down the other side, Maria, which will make my life a lot easier. And then you'll be hid by that lovely thing you've got in the way. So we'll do 8 ounces. Now when you're making cakes, a lot of it is science, you know, and it has to be exact. So I want 8 ounces, and I want 8 ounces exactly. Not 8 ounces and up to 8.2, 8.3, and you know, it's got to be exact. So we're going to pop this in the mixing bowl. Okay. Now normally I would weigh it straight into the mixing bowl, but this mixing bowl is too heavy for my scales. I've already pre-weighed the sugar. So the sugar is, if you just don't believe me anyhow, just in case, you'll just double check. In fact, I best double check, because I set this up this afternoon. I got myself a little bit confused over flour. Yes, exactly 8 ounces of caster sugar is what we're going to use, and I forgot I need it for Maria's video as well. So 8 ounces of caster sugar going into the bowl. We're going to pop it down, and I'm just going to go under there. No. Am I at 0? Are we plugged in?
Yep.
Yep. Right, okay. Sugar. There we go. Right, here we are now. Yeah. So we're just going to turn that on, and we're going to mix it together till it's lovely, light and fluffy, okay? Then I'm going to crack 4 eggs, so we'll just get those out of the way. Now remember, the recipe I'm using tonight now is for 2 layers. I showed you before live 4 layers, which was a 16-ounce mix, a pound. What it is in grams, I've no idea. I'm old school, you know what? You youngsters, go and Google what 16 ounces is in grams. I can't tell you, but for us old girls, we all know what 16 ounces is. Do you know what 16 ounces is, Marie?
Nope.
Nope. So, anyhow, per 4-ounce mix, you need 2 eggs. We're now making an 8-ounce mix, because if you remember, I said to you we're only going to do half. So I need 4 eggs, don't I? So let me do that. Let me get this on a bit faster. And while we're on here, I'll talk to you about our new brew. Don't be getting jealous, some of you now. When I turn the mixer off, I'll tell you about it. So lots of you have joined over already. I started it, I think December we set it up, didn't we? I think December we set it up, but we didn't release it. But I released it yesterday and it's already got over 300 members, which is great. Yeah. So, paddle stick. I'm just going to turn this off for a moment. So I like to get the sugar and the margarine light and fluffy. Now, some of you put it all in one go. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm showing you my way. So it's my way or the highway tonight. We're doing my recipe. But it doesn't matter what recipe. If you've got your granny's recipe and that works for you, fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. Why do you think there's millions and millions of cookery books? Because everybody has their way, don't they? So, but I just do what works for me, which is brilliant. So here we go.
Can you let us know what size tins you're using, please?
8-inch.
Thank you.
Talking about cake tins, okay, I don't sell cake tins, but I'm going to. And I've been watching the group and I've seen that you all really like the PME tins. So I've actually ordered them all. So I'm hoping to have them all on the website by the end of the week. So I really want to have a go at promoting them. I've ordered all the loose bottom ones. I know some of you use the spring foam, but I don't like spring foam at all. I've tried them once before. But again, that's personal preference, isn't it? What you like and what you don't like. I've always just liked the loose bottom tin. Just always sits with me well. I'm really quite happy with it. But again, there's no right or wrong. But in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, we get what I like. The loose ones. Sorry, spring foam. Is it spring foam or spring foam? Foam, whatever. It's like when I go styrofoam, isn't it? Or polystyrene.
Styro.
Eh?
Styro.
Oh, styrofoam, yes. Yeah, I always say stereo, don't I? What is it?
Styrofoam.
Oh, well, whatever it is. Something like that,
We
anyhow.
know what you mean, and that's
That
all
plastic
that matters.
stuff. Plastic white stuff. I always get it wrong. And the person who laughs at me the most is Wendy Ann Preston. She goes mad. She's always correcting me. But anyhow, listen, John's tried for years, hasn't got anywhere yet. So we're just beating this up. So while that's beating up, I'll turn that down while that's doing. So we've started a new group. Now, we don't want to take anything away from the Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake community. And let me just say, get ready for the love heart. Ding, 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 ding. We hit 25,000 members today. On Friday, we were just short of 25 members to make it 25,000. Oh, it was painful watching it. The admins was watching it. John was watching it. This morning, we just needed 2 more members. And I think it was about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. I said to John, we just need 2 more members. Anyhow, they pinged in just before lunch. So we're over 25,000 members on the Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake community, which is amazing. So don't leave that group, stay there, okay? So stay there, share your cakes on there, everything else. But I've now started a group which is I'm in a serious relationship with Sugar and Crumbs. And basically it's for our web customers. So sorry if you buy our products from Hobbycraft or anywhere else, but it's people who buy off us, people who come direct to us all the time, buy off us. And I don't mean to kick you out, anybody, but what I want to do is I just want to do something a bit special for our own customers. And on there, it's all going to be about Sugar and Crumbs. So it's about cakes that you made with Sugar and Crumbs, buttercream that you made with Sugar and Crumbs, nothing else. It's all Sugar and Crumbs. I'm not going to tell you any more about it because I'll be spoiling it for those in the group. So over the next 12 months, the group are going to learn lots of things about what they're going to receive and what they're going to get by being a member of I'm in a serious relationship with Sugar and Crumbs. So I'm not sure if we've got technical difficulties again. Are we fine? Great. So that's what that's about. So I have asked you to write on there your last, well, you'll see the questions. If you've been declined, it's because you didn't answer the questions, okay? So I've given somebody to approve, I've given the approvals to one of the admins, and I've asked them to approve everything. And the rules are, questions not answered, you don't get in, okay? So if you've been declined, that doesn't mean you can't get in. Just reapply again and answer the questions, okay? Super duper. Right. So we've got this nice and whipping. Is everything all right, Laura and Maria?
Yeah.
Good, good. That's what I like. Yeah. Oh dear. I love it when it goes live, don't you? So we're back under here. Just like to wipe down. So you can see my mix. Can you see it now? All lovely and fluffy?
Yep.
And white. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add 2 eggs. And again, I repeat, this is just my way. You can do it all in one. You don't have to beat it till it's light and fluffy. I just prefer to do it that way. So I'm going to put it back on. Back onto this camera. I'm going to start it on, and I'm going to drop 2 eggs into the mix. So, you ready, Maria?
Just in case anyone's wondering, Maria's hovering around the kitchen. You'll have seen, if you've tuned in before, you'll see Maria regularly popping around with a camera. And Maria's actually filming footage that gets put into a brilliant 1-minute video. And they get posted on Facebook and on YouTube. And what it is, it's just basically a very quick recap of all the best bits. All the really important bits, the bits of the methods, the ingredients, and there's little captions on there as well. And you can watch them back at any point. So these are the 1-minute videos that are relating to the overall Facebook Live that we film. So we do them for most of the guests that come into the kitchen. And you'll see, like I say, all of them are previously posted on Facebook throughout the month, throughout the year, and they also get posted onto YouTube as well. Just to recap, the recipe that Carol's using tonight, we have put in a link for anyone to have a look at. We have got our sister recipe website, which is www.sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. There's actually hundreds of recipes on there. There's not just a few. There's so many in relation to the sugars and the cocoa powders. Everything's been tried and tested with our products, and it's been tried and tested by us, by guests, by bloggers that we've had, people who just want to enjoy baking, and there's so many ideas on there for you to use. The only thing that you need to remember is just because something states that it's been made with a particular flavour doesn't mean that that's the only flavour you can use. So for example, we may have put a recipe on there that says banana split ice cream, but that's just as an example. You can then use the chocolate milkshake, you can then use strawberry milkshake. So have a play around with the different ideas that are on there because there's so many to choose from.
Right, okay, so well done Laura, thanks for that. We are still having a few little problems with Facebook, but like I say, get 2 appliances up because YouTube is going really well. So keep us on Facebook.
Seems to be okay
Yeah.
at the minute, yeah.
Like, share all your bits on Facebook, but you can't do on YouTube, but watch us on YouTube. So in there, I've got my mix, okay, and it's mixing together. Now sometimes you'll see that it curdles. If it curdles, you can either just leave it, just do not panic. And Maria, can you grab me a spoon, please? Sorry. If it curdles, you can leave it, or what you can do is put a tablespoon of your flour in. Now at the moment, I'm not going to do that because I need to show you something first. So first of all, let me just turn this off. Is there any questions, Laura, in here?
No, there's just a few people asking about the new group. What we'll do is when Carol's finished, we'll go through the new group with you. So you've not missed anything, don't worry, we will go through everything with you. I just don't want to keep stopping Carol because otherwise we're going to be here all night.
Laura wants to go home.
Well, I'm just bearing in mind it's 8:45 already.
Right, oh, okay then. We've got a lot to do. Speed, that's fine.
That's all.
Right, okay then. So what we do now is, so because we're making chocolate cake and we're going to use cocoa powder, so you know that we've used 8 ounces of margarine, 8 ounces of caster sugar, and if we were making a Victoria sponge, we'd be using 8 ounces of self-raising flour, okay? But because I want to add the cocoa powder to it, you take away 1/4. So 8 ounces, 1/4 is 2 ounces. So I want 6 ounces of self-raising flour going in here. I'm just waiting for my scales. So 6 ounces of that. And then the chocolate cake we're going to make, what do you want? Should I make orange or lime? No, we'll keep it with cherry. But keep your thought on cherry. Smells gorgeous, the kitchen's lovely. So what we've got to do now is we've got to make the 8 ounces up with the cocoa powder, okay? So I'm now going to put in 2 ounces of cocoa powder. Now cocoa powder's density is very light. So we've got the same bags as the icing sugar. Oh, it's nearly there. There we go. So we've got the same size bags as the icing sugar, but we can't fit 500 grams of cocoa powder in there. And that brings me on to another subject actually. So density, volume. So when you buy some things, you'll buy some things based on weight, some things based on volume. So like when you're buying dust, you'll find that all the little dust, they fill a pot right to the lid, and that's because you're getting volume, not because you're getting weight. And the reason I want to mention that, I did say to a lady that I would mention why, and it's because some dusts are lighter and fluffier. So in the little pots, they'll fill the pots as high as they can, and you think you've got a full pot, which you have, okay, and it's the same. But Colour Splash do big pots, and they don't measure theirs on volume, they measure it on density, and they give you 5 grams. So when you get a tub with them, it's a big tub anyhow, it will never be full to the top, but you get 5 grams in there. But sometimes it looks like that, and sometimes it looks like that. So don't ever worry about it, weigh it, you'll have 5 grams. So let's get back to the chocolate cake. So you'll see now that I put 8 ounces of self-raising flour in here and 2 ounces of cocoa powder. I'm not sure whether you're aware, but all our sugars and cocoa powders are gluten-free. But once we add it to the flour, it's not gluten-free anymore. Talking of gluten-free, the cake that I made earlier, I made with gluten-free flour. And if you want gluten-free flour, the best one that I recommend is Dove's Farm. So buy theirs. Now, just because you've used gluten-free flour does not mean that the cake is gluten-free, okay? Gluten is airborne, and we have a niece who has a celiac problem, who has a problem with gluten. And basically everything, so whenever you make anything in your kitchen that's for gluten, people with a gluten diet, everything has to be separated. So if you're making toast, you can't use, and you want to use gluten-free bread, you can't use your toaster, you have to have a separate one. All your tools, all your instruments, everything has to be completely clean. No gluten in the kitchen if ever you're making anything. So don't just think, oh, I'll make a gluten-free cake and I'll just use the flour, because there's probably other things in your kitchen that then makes it not gluten-free. So it's very important that you're aware of that, because I've spoken to a few people and I don't think you are fully aware of it, and neither was I, if I'm really honest. It's only because John's niece, Amelia, and her mum is part of the gluten-free society now, and when we get over there we get educated all the time, and I don't think about things, you know, you go and take the kids stuff, and you know, Grace can have anything she wants, but she can't have it in the vicinity of Amelia, not until Amelia is stabilised. So do be careful, because people's intolerances are different, and little Amelia, any gluten and that's it, she is a poorly little girl. So you do need to make sure you do it right, and I would go and join the gluten-free site if I was you, if you were looking at doing things like that. So I've now put in the flour and the cocoa powder, 6 ounces of flour. You don't need to stir it in, I'm just showing you what it looks like. I don't know whether you can see on that camera, was I out camera or in camera? No. So all I'm doing, I'm just showing you what it looks like, but you don't need to stir it in at all. I'm just mixing it in, okay? So we've got our mix. Let me just get everything off there. Now, when you do leave your cake mix and it's curdled a little bit, when you do get your bowl, okay, because I've been chatting, I left it, because I'm chatting, you do need to get back and give it a mix again. Because there's egg in there, okay, what happens is you'll find that the egg comes away again. Can you see it? Mm. So do make sure you give it a mix again, because otherwise you'll end up with just a load of egg at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, just to get rid of the curdle, I'm just going to put a couple of spoonfuls of this in, and then I'm just going to fold it in, okay, just to get rid of the curdle. That's Is there any questions, Laura?
No questions about the cakes or anything at the moment.
They all want to know about our secret group.
Well, no, there's just various comments.
Hard luck.
We will go on them, don't worry, we will talk about the group for you. There's loads of people commenting about the recipes that we've got. There's a couple of new people that are watching us this evening, so hi to anyone that is new. It's great to have you with us. And what Carol was mentioning before is that we're doing Carol's version of a cake this evening. We always try to show you something different. Everyone will have their own different bakes, their own recipes, everything how they like to do it, so that's absolutely fine. But here in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, this is just a different take on a brilliant chocolate cake recipe using the flavoured cocoa powders. Just as a reminder, there are 4 flavours to choose from. There's chocolate orange, chocolate cherry, chocolate lime and chocolate chilli. They can be purchased individually, but we have got them on promotion for $13.99 for all 4. We were saying before, if you haven't used any of the cocoa powders, no, it sounds pushy, but try them all, because you will certainly learn a favourite, if not more. The combinations of flavours are fantastic. You know, actually putting chocolate lime together, it's gorgeous. The chocolate cherry is delicious.
The chocolate lime is like those
Oh,
chocolate
sweets.
lime sweets.
Yes.
So if you like those lime sweets when I was a young girl,
I
can
love
you
them.
remember them, Laura?
I always used to have them off my granddad.
I love them.
Yeah.
There you go, from
Off
your
my
grandparents.
granddad,
It's
yes.
grandparents,
Yes,
isn't it?
it is.
And that's what the chocolate lime is. It's delicious. The chocolate cherry, it's just like a black forest.
Yeah.
Gatto, Black Forest Gatto, whatever you want. And then you've got chocolate orange, which basically is like Jaffa cake. Absolutely lovely. And the chocolate chili is, I think, is to die for, and it's not hot. It leaves a tingle. So if your baby's out there, you might start to cry, but you shouldn't really, because it only gives you a little tingle. And it's one of those things with the chocolate chili, which I find really funny. Whenever I make it and you don't get the taste at first, and then you suddenly get a little tingle, and then you'll get people go, I don't really like that. But then they go and have another piece.
Yes.
Why? And then they start the whole thing again.
Yes.
And then before you know it, it's all gone. So you can see my batter there now, okay? So all I've done is chopped it in. And when you've got cocoa powder, it makes it a bit dry. But with all my cakes, I do put in a tablespoonful of cooled boiled water per 4 ounces. And if you remember, this is an 8-ounce mix. So I'm going to pop in 2 tablespoons of cooled boiled water. Now when I say cooled, it's not cold, okay? It's just not boiling, it's in between. So I'm going to put that in, I'm going to put it on the mixer for 30 seconds. Are you doing all right, Maria? You caught up? Right, okay. Now, the tins that I use here, using here, are tins that I've used for a long time, okay, which is the Alan Silverwood tins and the Paul Hollywood tins. But I am going to start using PME tins in our demonstrations for moving on, mainly because the amount of people who love them. Now, you will see that this tin, is it called oxidised or whatever? What do they call it when you do this? This is because I put it in the dishwasher. Now, I did a video a couple of years ago how to get it back nice and shiny, especially with your tools for the mixer, especially if you've got KitchenAid. If you put them in the dishwasher, the attachment bit goes black. So, but I'm not bothered about them. Do you know, at the end of the day, they're meant to be working. So that just shows that I'm using them, they're working. And does it make any difference to the bake? No. But I was laughing at a post last year in the group when some lady was crying and everybody else jumped in and was crying. I don't mean crying, but like, oh, they're not shiny anymore. But you know what? They're tins, they're meant to work. So what we're going to do now is, I am going to use a product called Cake Star Cake Release. You can use anything you want. You can grease your tin with butter, you can grease it with margarine, you can use an oil if you want to, but some of us want to keep nice clean hands. It comes in 2 sizes, the 100ml and the 400ml. Is it 400ml or gram? Milk?
No.
Yeah. 100ml, 400ml. All I'm going to do is give it a nice light spray round. Okay, we do sell circles, okay, and if you're very special you get these. So don't worry, but to be fair, basically the supplier sent us these and we had a few of these at the end. I didn't even bother claiming because they're not going to make any difference.
No.
And in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen we end up with all the rejects in here. So whenever anything's broken at work or it's gone past its best before date, and we'll talk about best before dates. In fact, I've put something on the website. You should have a look about best before dates, about not throwing stuff away that's best before, and about stuff that's damaged. What on earth could have contaminated it? So, you know, unless it's absolutely splattered all over the box and smashed up, maybe, but if it's a little leakage, there you go. So anyhow, these, okay, I'm going to use these. In they go. Just going to push them in. So I decided I'd have 1,000 of these. Got plenty of cakes to show you, because I didn't think somebody would be happy. They'd be ringing me up and going, oh, can't cope with that. So there we go. Anybody wants some reject ones, let me know. Right, okay. Oh, crikey. I'm that busy talking, I've done longer than 30 seconds. Right, okay, so let's get the mix off. Doesn't matter if you go over it, and to be fair, I think you heard it was on a very low, a low one, but normally I put it on for 30 seconds, build up the speed, and that's it. That's just to make sure that everything's incorporated. And I have a feeling that Lord Maria is going to want to lick the bowl. So we'll get that out of the way as well. There we go. So, stuff around the sides. So Maria, can you see? I'm just going to make sure we get all the stuff off around the sides. And then we see our mix. Now don't, when you are, always lift. Don't mix, you know, don't do that. Only that 30 seconds on the mixer you can do that for. Otherwise you just lift all the time. Right, and then I'm going to divide it. Now some of you do have OCD and you want to weigh your batter. That again is entirely up to you. But I like to eyeball everything. And Maria, I think you might be better off around here. So I like to eyeball everything.
We're giving Maria a workout tonight.
Yeah. Wish it worked for me, that workout. So, I've been running around like a fool for years and still not as slim as Maria. And Maria eats all the cake and she stays lovely and slim.
She's got a great metabolism.
Yeah, eh? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Me, I've got a slow metabolism. Is that how you say it?
No.
How do you say it?
Metabolism.
Oh, is it? Right, another word. Never been good with words. That's why I like basic words as well. So back to basics cooking and back to basic words. It does me. I love it if I go anywhere with John. John speaks so beautifully. And sometimes, I mean, honestly, he must look at me sometimes and think I'm frigging, what the hell am I doing? I'm like, oh. Gazing at him. I remember we were at a meeting a couple of years ago. He didn't say anything to us, but I said, John, I wish I could speak like you. He says all nice words and everything. I didn't even know what the half meant.
Well, we've got loads of people saying that they look amazing.
And they will be.
Sarah Saunders has just put, I wish we had a smell-o-vision. Trust me, it smells as good as it looks.
Does. And Maria's so funny, she just keeps running in here today. Go, oh God, Carol, what have you been like today, you? So we've just been, there we go, round the pan.
It's very
Dead
difficult
easy.
to work here and not to eat anything.
It is, I agree with you. Look at the size of me. I agree, that's going in there. So I've got some chocolate drops. So Calabo, I will place my order if the man's watching tomorrow, sorry. The poor soul was in here last week, he did a great sales job. We said we'll buy loads, I haven't placed an order yet.
Oh well.
Sorry. But anyhow, we're going to be bringing in lots of different Calabo. So we sell it anyhow, but it's I think there's a few things out of stock. I've just ordered some more from my other supplier, which I'll put in stock tomorrow. But they can't confirm what they're sending me at the moment. See, some suppliers, you place an order, you don't actually know if you're going to get a complete order. So you can put as many chocolate drops on as you want. You can be mingy if you want. Okay, and or you can put loads on, it really doesn't matter what you do. This is your cake, and if you want loads of chocolate drops, you can just leave it like that, or you can mush it around like that, doesn't really matter. I don't coat them in flour or anything. I like them to look like a chocolate drop in there and feel like a chocolate drop, so they do melt a little bit, but I like them. I think it just gives a nice extra bit to a chocolate cake. And when Maria's munching on it later, she'll tell you her thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So these are going to go in the oven. Now Karen was baking on Thursday, and believe it or not, Karen's learnt a lot from me, and I've learnt a lot from Karen. And one of the things that she's learnt from me is to bake long and slow. So I always bake on 140, okay? I did cupcakes in here the other week and I baked them on 160. And that's because I thought my oven was being dodgy, but it actually wasn't. So, but I like to bake 140, but again, it's entirely up to you. So I'll just pop these in the oven. Now, because there's 2 cakes in the oven, we're going to give them half an hour. So it's 9 o'clock, it's 1 minute past 9. So if anybody can give me a nudge, round about 20 minutes, just so I can go and get my little cake tester in and give it a go, give it a poke, see if it's all right. But I think round about 30 minutes will be enough. Now, some of you have said you like to hear the cake sing. And it was quite funny, we talked about that last week, and some of you are like, what the hell's that, hearing the cake sing? Well, if you don't pop your head in the oven and touch the bars, you might just burn your neck, and I don't want to be in trouble for doing that. But basically, if you pull the cake towards you and you just have a little listen, you should hear like a little singing song. Well, I don't know what it's singing. Maybe it's singing happy birthday or something. I don't know. Hello, Maria. Are you ready to eat me? So I don't know what it's going to say. But anyhow, you should hear something like a little whistle. And some people are happy with that. I like to take the cake tester. That suits me fine. But do remember, I've got chocolate drops in here. So try and poke it through where you think there's not a chocolate drop. So you can do a couple of spaces. If you've nothing in it, then put it in and it comes out clear. That would be great. I can't do the hearing one because I suffer with tinnitus. I've told you this before. So this ear just screams all day long, and this one is mild. It behaves itself, and it only starts when I'm really, really stressed. Right, so we're going to leave that in there. So we're going to make some buttercream now. Now I'm just going to change my food mixer a moment. So let me just change this only because I want to make some buttercream. So let me get this out of the way. So Laura, do you want to tell them about our new group, why I'm doing this?
Yeah, absolutely. So we mentioned it over before. Carol was talking about our general community page, which we've got going. So if you're new to Sugar and Crumbs in general, on Facebook is our normal business page, Sugar and Crumbs and Nifty Nozzles. We've then got a community page, which is called Sugar and Crumbs All About Cake Community. And that is where we've just hit the 25,000 members mark. And if you join that group, it's all about posting your creations, asking questions, getting ideas, asking for advice. If you've got a problem or you just need a bit of a helping hand with anything, that is the place to do it. It's a really friendly group. There's loads of ideas on there. There's unit sections for our Facebook Lives, for selling things, for sharing ideas. So that is a fantastic group to start off with. We've launched another group. So this one is I'm in a serious relationship with Sugar and Crumbs.
Serious.
So if you've bought from us before, you'll know our company tagline is in I'm in a relationship with Sugar and Crumbs. And this is for people who are dedicated to buying directly from us.
Yeah.
Now, as much as we appreciate everyone enjoying our products and buying them, we obviously want to try and just give a little bit of an exclusivity.
Heads
and
up.
A bit of a heads up, a bit of a bonus, promotions, things like that to customers who regularly purchase directly from us. All we ask is when you join the group that you give us your couple of order numbers. I think it's 3 that we ask for. We will verify them against our system on our website, and we will then accept you into the group. So if you are accepted to the group, it's just getting started. It's still quite new. So at the moment we're just getting people on there. But things to look out for, promotional codes, getting to know that sales are starting and when they're starting, new flavours, new product launches. So you'll basically get the heads up about new ideas, new products, and you'll get promotional codes. You might just get, a freebie every now and then in your order. You might, not promising anything. But there's loads of different ideas that we've got, even if it's to give you the heads up. For example, there's a sale starting on this date. So if you were thinking of placing an order, we give you the heads up we might be starting a sale. It just gives you a bit of an idea whether to place an order or not in advance.
New flavours.
So, yeah, we've got our seasonal flavours at the moment. So our winter themed seasonal flavours will be coming to an end at some point in February. And when they do start, we will be launching our spring-summer seasonal flavours. So we're going to give you a heads up on what those flavours are and when they're going to be available. We'll probably do some sort of bundle deal, a bit of a discount or promotion, and that will be for our serious relationship customers.
Absolutely. A lot of people have asked you, what we've noticed is on the Sugar and Crumbs group, which is great. Believe it or not everybody knows who Sugar and Crumbs is at the 25 members. I'm absolutely shocked at that, aren't you? So not everybody realises. I don't want it to be an advertising group, which is why we always say no advertising, no link. It's about making cake. It's all about cake. And if there's any links, they're to be directed at Sugar and Crumbs. But I also know not everybody buys flavoured icing sugar either. And it was funny actually, there was somebody on there the other day and quite a few people sent me a message afterwards and said she was a bit cheeky, wasn't she? So she was promoting normal icing sugar. Good on her, God bless her. So I didn't say anything, I just left it. But icing sugar is our game, it's our flavoured icing sugar. And we've got other new things coming out food-wise this year, and I just really want it for people who definitely buy direct from us. Okay, so that's what that group's about, and you can't join until you've had an order with us, all right? Because I need to know that you're serious about shopping with us.
Yeah.
Fair enough, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right, and also no sellers are in there, so we don't even let any of our suppliers in there. Sorry suppliers, but no suppliers are in there, nobody is in there, just customers. So all your cakes you can share in there, but I prefer you to share them on the cake group as well. Share them in both places, but all the cakes and things that you make, cheesecakes, brownies, all that, I want you to share in both groups. But the Sugar and Crumbs, I'm in a serious relationship one, is just Sugar and Crumbs stuff.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Absolutely.
Do you like that idea? Right, okay. So you'll notice that I've put 500 grams of, 250 grams of butter. I'm actually going to make up a kilo of flavoured icing sugar. Okay, but I'm going to do it making the cocoa powder. And this is where you get confused. So what you need is, on the bag, so we've got chocolate cherry. So do you remember I said to you on the bag, if you've got cocoa powder, okay, it says Natural Flavoured Cocoa Powder. If you turn it over, there's a recipe there for brownies. There's the link there for our recipe website. And there's one there for making our buttercream, okay? And this is what it'll tell you to do. So it tells you to put 250 grams of butter into the mixer. Now you can use salted or unsalted, it's entirely up to you. Again, I do see on the group, icing sugar, it's too sweet. Well, amazingly, it's sugar. It always fathoms me, that one, how people can say it's too sweet. But it is sugar, and they do it at the cake show. Well, wow, that's sweet. But it is sugar. So if you want to take down the sweetness, you can do it two ways. Pop in a slab of salted butter, or do half a slab of salted butter and half a slab of unsalted. I always use unsalted. I'm quite happy with that. Again, it's down to you. So Maria, Laura, you burst out laughing there. What happened?
Because Karen Naylor put a comment up before and I really couldn't get my head around it. And it said something like, chocolate cake mix on the shelf there, Carol.
What?
Karen Naylor put a comment saying, chocolate cake mix on the shelf there, Carol. Exactly what I was doing, looking around the kitchen. However, she means there.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
There you
She spots everything here, doesn't she?
go. You always count on Karen. And so, just to clear it up, the I'm in a serious relationship group is not for professionals, not just for professionals. It's anyone who purchases from us. So it doesn't matter if you're only a hobby baker, if you just bake for family and friends, we don't care. You're still welcome. As long as you've ordered directly from us, that's the most important thing, and that's all we ask for. So please don't, worry about it too much. We'll still accept you, we won't kick you out.
No. Okay. So when you want to make this into icing sugar, okay, this packet goes a long way, all right? It really does go a long way. So you only need 35 grams of the cocoa powder to your shop bought icing sugar. So if you want to buy icing sugar from the local shop, the only thing I ask you to do is sieve it, okay? Because you usually find no matter where else you buy icing sugar from, it does need sieving. On that note, our icing sugar is actually super fine, but that's because we re-blend it again. But every now and again, sometimes we have a little lump or two. Nothing we can do about it. It does happen. If you find you have got lumps in the Sugar and Crumbs icing sugar, which, to be fair, I've never had one, but people do say it does happen sometime, and I'm not going to dispute that. All you have to do is just pop it through the sieve. So if you see it coming out of the bag, pop it through the sieve, and the odd few granules that you've got there, bin them. Don't lose your heart over it. There's no point getting upset that you're throwing a few granules away, and it takes no time at all to sieve. But generally our icing sugars you don't have to sieve, okay? So we've got the icing sugar. I've got 500 grams of plain icing sugar in here, bought from the local shop, doesn't matter which brand you're buying, and I'm going to add 35 grams of cocoa powder. So I've zeroed my scales, and it looks a lot, 35 grams, but do you remember I said to you about the density? It's in what? Oh, is it? Right, okay. There you go. Good job. I was just testing Maria there to see if she spotted whether we were in grams. What do I need? I don't know. I need grams, don't I? Grams. Wow, she caught me just in time. 36 grams. Well done, Maria. She can keep her job for another year.
Yeah.
Hey, that round that, doesn't it? She can keep her job for another year. Right, just let me take out 1 gram. There you go. That's a lot for 1 gram, isn't it? So, well done there, Maria. So I've still had it on ounces from doing the cake mix. Well done. Good idea. So 35 grams. And it's as simple as that. So there you go. You don't need to mix it in, but if you want to mix it in, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to see that lovely dark rich colour. You're going to see like a light brown colour. So that's if you want to mix it in, but you don't have to. I'm just showing you what the colour looks like. Now, what we've actually achieved here is we have an amazing flavour called Black Forest. And basically this is it, Black Forest. There we go. How easy was that? So if you want to make Jeff a twist, use the chocolate cocoa powder and add it to your plain icing sugar. It's entirely up to you. So let me just going to mix it all in just so you can see the colour. So my butter is doing well. So I like to mix my butter till it's lovely and soft. Could I have a spatula, Maria? Sorry. Till it's lovely and soft. But I don't know whether I should make both batches now. Don't know how much I'm going to need for 4 cakes, 4 layers. Do you know what? I'll hold off yet. I've got it there ready in case we need it. Okay, so what we've done is just mixed it. Now I don't need to make this till it's light and white, all right? If I was making white icing sugar, I'll beat this a lot longer. But because I'm making chocolate buttercream, there's no point me spending my life trying to beat this till it's lovely and white. So I've just beat it until it's lovely and soft. And you should always have your butter at room temperature. There's no point trying to put a hard slab of butter into the mixer and giving your poor old mixer a workout. You know, look after him, you know, and just make things a little bit easier. Chop it up into cubes, slices, but make it room temperature. Put it in the microwave for a few seconds, just soften the whole jobby down. So we're going to pop this in. Are we ready, Maria? So that I don't can't get my words out. So I don't cover Maria in icing sugar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chop. So we're just going to chop. Now the reason we chop is that when I put the mixer on afterwards, I don't really want a cloudburst all over the kitchen. And I don't think Laura and Maria want to be covered in chocolate icing sugar.
Yes, I want.
You want? So, amazingly, just that little amount, you can smell it in the kitchen as well. It smells delicious. So we're going to put that on there. I want a nice soft consistency, so I don't want this too firm. So I'm actually going to add a tablespoonful of cooled boiled water as well. Yeah. So she's great, this assistant.
I know, I was just about to say
You
you've
can
got
come
a sous
again,
chef
Maria.
this week.
So I'm just going to add a tablespoon, and it's more than likely I'll add another tablespoon, okay? So, because I really want this quite a soft mix. Right, okay. So the mixer's going to go down, and then, so I've just got to give it a short little blast, because if I turn it on full blast, you won't see Maria and I for a while. It won't be something I can just dust off quickly.
No.
Right. So what I can do is, and because it's cocoa powder as well, cocoa powder actually makes things quite dry as well. So I'm actually going to add another tablespoon because I really want this nice and soft. Now while that's going in there, I'm just going to get myself a 10-inch drum, and then we're going to get our cakes together and we'll start putting them together.
And while Carol's just getting prepared for the stacking and the filling stage, just to run through the Crafters Companion demonstrations that we've got going on, there are still spaces available. So if you want to join us at Crafters Companions, it's £5 per ticket. It's a demonstration run by Carol. So if any of you have been to our demos or any of the classes, you'll know the score. Really simple and easy, loads of hints and tips. So we've got New Snakers on the 7th of February at 1 PM. We've also got a 10 AM, but that is currently sold out. And we're then in Chesterfield for 2 sessions on the 8th of February. There's a 10 AM and a 1 PM session there. And then at Evesham, there is a 10 AM and a 1 PM session, but the 10 AM is sold out. So if you're in those areas, interested in coming to see Carol do demonstrations, head over to the Crafters Companion website. And if you go to the store locator, there is actually an option there to pick the store and to book directly online. You can't book those demonstration tickets through us. It has to be done directly with them because all the information is on their site. Like Carol said before, we've got loads of classes running as well that are coming up from Wednesday onwards. If you're interested in any of those and you want to pay in instalments, give me a call at the office. Let me know which class you're interested in booking. I'll take payment for a deposit, but you do need to remember the deposit that you give is a non-refundable, non-transferable deposit for that class only. I'll then send you an email confirmation for further payment instalments, and then we'll take it from there for you. So there's loads of classes coming up. If you head over to our website, which is sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, if you go to shop and then go to classes, all of the information is on there for you. If you want to book the class and pay in full, book it online as normal, add it to your cart, choose click and collect, or you'll qualify for a free shipping option. It'll come through the website as a normal order, and then we'll send you the class confirmation once we've got all your details.
Super. Right, okay, so back to the cake. So I didn't want to use jam. You can use jam, and black cherry jam is amazing, okay, layering between the cakes. But we're going to use Nutella, which you're more than welcome to. What are you on about?
That.
Got to give her this to put in the microwave.
Oh my gosh, I'll find you for
so
it.
you can use black cherry jam, which is what I would normally do, but I haven't got any left, and I forgot to ask John to get some today. And he actually went in Tesco's and Morrison's and couldn't get black cherries either, so we're just going to stick some little stickers on afterwards. So Maria, 30 seconds in the microwave, give it a stir with a palette knife, yeah? We'll be lucky if that comes back. Right, so our buttercream, can you see in here, Laura?
Yeah.
Right, so our buttercream is here. So I'm just going to get this down. Now, at this stage, can you tell if it's grainy or not? What have you just done?
Has it got foil on it by any chance?
Oh, it's got foil. Sorry, you have to take a bit of foil off. Sorry, the spark just flew. We could have done with the camera on, Maria. We could have done with Maria on the camera there. Do you need new trousers, love?
Maria, your face with a picture. Sorry for laughing.
Oh, yeah, she won't want any Nutella now. You know, I put that in the microwave the other day, Jan. It wasn't a problem. I must have got it all off. Okay, so we've got the buttercream here, okay. Now, at the moment, we don't know whether it's grainy or not. And you know what? If we slap this straight onto the cake, neither will you. So keep your fingers out the bowl, stick it on the cake, and it will be absolutely fine. Stop whinging about grainy buttercream, because believe it or not, it's only people who've had their fingers in the bowl who know about it. All right, but I'll just taste it anyhow, just in case.
It's got to be taste tested. Quality control.
Delicious. Right, and I can wash my fingers. Right, okay. So let's get our cake. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the bowl. I'm not covering the board.
It's 9:20, which is 20 minutes after your cake's ready.
So let me just go and taste test in 1 minute. Okay. You all right, Maria, love? Yeah. Right, I can actually see they're not ready yet because they've still got a wobble.
Poor Maria, you're getting lots of thin out from
So
people.
I can actually see they're not ready yet because I can see the way they are just looking at them. And if I just shake the tray, I can see that they've got
Yeah.
wobble still. So we'll give them till past, okay? So first cake on. So all I've done there now is just put on a little bit of buttercream. I'm going to take off the paper, okay, and stick that straight on here. We're not decorating the board today. It's not about decorating the board, okay? It's about doing the cake. I just need a cake cloth all the time. And then we're going to put this lovely Nutella. This is going to be a real yummy chocolate cake. Because not only are we going to put this on, we're then going to put on the buttercream. I couldn't think what it was called then. Senior moment. I don't know what John makes of me when I keep going on about my senior moments. He's younger than me, so he hasn't reached my age yet. I said to him, one day, John, you're going to get there. You're going to get there, John. And I'm always on at Maria in the office. Maria, when you're my age and I'm gone, you'll be going, I remember this woman I used to work for. I used to moan about everything. Right, so we've got that one on. And then what have I done with my buttercream? Now, there it is. So all I'm going to do is pop some in a bag. You can use big piping bags, okay, because you're going to use a lot. It's not like for the Russian piping tips this. But I've just got a habit of using small piping bags, so you're going to have to watch me fill this up a couple of times.
Can I just say the kitchen smells incredible.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh my god.
I'm just going to whap some on there. This cake's going to be huge, by the way.
It's alright, Carol. Don't worry about that.
Just don't worry about that. So I'm just going to spread some in the middle. So I hope you're liking the way I bake. Oh, sorry, have I left that big mixing bowl in the way of the camera as well?
It's alright, I'm overhead.
You're overhead, right? Okay. So, and do you know, one of the things that I like to show you, it's about baking for love, baking with love. You know, it's about baking for family and friends. Leave the professionals to get on with the professional work. Leave them to sell the cakes. When you're making cakes, you're making cakes for your family. And you know, all they want to do is they want to make sure it's just a nice cake. Sorry, Maria, have you got a cough again? All right. So all I'm going to do now is just going to... Sorry, Maria.
Mary McDonald said, I wish I could smell it. Honestly, trust me, it's incredible.
Is anybody going to the warehouse tomorrow for click and collect? Because if you're going to the warehouse tomorrow...
We're locking the door.
you're going to the warehouse tomorrow, I'm sending it
Come
in
back,
there.
Maria. This is Maria's reaction. No, you're not. You're not coming to the warehouse for a click and collect because we're going to lock the doors.
Right, anybody who is going to the warehouse tomorrow, tell them I said you could have a bit. Right, so we're just going to pop our next layer on. It's going to be a big cake, this. The lads do love it though when we take it in, don't they?
Yes, they really do.
And it's amazing how they all take pictures as well, don't they?
Yeah.
They're really funny, aren't they? So I'm going to have to make some more buttercream as well. So I'm just going to get what I can. So I'm going to put that spread on there all the way around because we want that yumminess all the way around. And talking actually, we was talking about we've got to develop some new flavours. So I was thinking of making a chocolate pistachio flavour. I can either make it as a cocoa powder or I can make it as, you know, chocolate and pistachio icing sugar. So it's already made for you in the bag. And I was also thinking, and funny enough, Laura came up with the same idea. I was also thinking of pistachio and raspberry. Okay, we're going to bring back some of the last year's new flavours because we released them just a little bit too late. So we're going to bring back some of those. So raspberry and lime will be coming back, or is it lime and raspberry? It's lime and raspberry, isn't it? Which is amazing. So, oh sorry, forgot. I'm in a serious relationship. Gotta group first. Okay. Laura's like, right, okay. So let me just squeeze that round there a minute. Should have done that earlier, it'd have been easier, wouldn't it? What are you thinking of this cake at the moment?
They're absolutely loving it.
And you know, you can feel this is made with love, isn't it? You can do this. And I do these cakes. This type of baking that I'm doing for you lot is the baking I do. So, because I know lots of you get really stressed about it. Don't get stressed about it.
Yeah.
You know, baking is about enjoying it. It's a bit of a way of a relaxation, isn't it? It's a bit of a way of, you know, get yourself away from everybody.
Yeah.
Get yourself away from the TV. Get yourself away from everything else. Get some music on in the kitchen. You know, if you're a member of Prime, download the app. And you can listen to it on your phone, free music, you know, Spotify. Is it Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite got it right. I normally call it Shopify. So, you know what, if you're an old girl like me, get out the the cassette player. What's one of them?
Thanks.
So I need to make some more buttercream, which I am just going to...
Do you need a new bowl?
Pardon?
Do you
No,
need a
I
new
won't
bowl?
do a new bowl. Do you want to just stick that on there for me?
In all seriousness, I know Carol said if anyone's coming for an order tomorrow, you can, but you do
Be
need
quick.
to do a click and collect order. So just to clarify, we're not a physical shop.
No, yeah.
We are a warehouse and distribution, so everything that's in our warehouse is for our purposes. It's not stacked in shops or prices or any layout that's helpful to a customer. It's for our benefit for picking and packing. So we do offer a collection service. If you're in the area and you want to pick something up urgently, or you just prefer to come and pick it up, that's absolutely fine. But you do need to place your order on the website as normal, and when you get to the shipping methods, you choose the click and collect option. And then the order is normally ready within about half an hour to an hour of placing it. If you need it any quicker than that, just give us a quick call. 9 times out of 10, there's no problems whatsoever, and you can come and pick it up from us. We are only open weekdays. We're open between 7 AM and 5 PM. However, if you are collecting, we do ask that you give us sort of half an hour in the morning just to get everything up and running, and please don't sort of turn up at 2 minutes to 5 for your collection, because we have to check your order off before you leave, and it just puts a little bit of extra pressure on the staff to get everything sorted and locked up. So absolutely fine. If you want to do a collection from us, just place your order on the website as normal and choose click and collect as your delivery method, and then come and pick it up from us.
If you get me on customer services and somebody says, what time can I come? Oh, 7 o'clock. Oh, no. I never ever think, hang on, the staff need to get in and get it printed off, pick it, pack it. And I just go, oh, 7 till 5. So yeah, 7:30 till 4:30. Would be great. Had a lady on Saturday, and as it happened, it worked out, not Saturday, on Friday night. She messaged, said, I'm on my way to pick the click and collect up. So Karen was having a panic there, couldn't find the click and collect. Rang her back, she said, I haven't done it yet. We've got to have a walk around the warehouse. We can't always let everybody have a walk around the warehouse during the day, mainly because we're a factory as well on site, and we've got a lot of mechanical machinery. We can't really let anybody in unless it's a Saturday when everybody's locked up, closed down. So Ria's doing my next batch of buttercream for me. I'm going to get the next layer of cake on. And I'm just going to check this.
I was going to say it's just about 9:30 now.
I'll check this now then.
That was good timing.
Yeah. We planned that, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, that's looking better. Right.
So if you're interested in purchasing the items that Carol's shown you this evening, the cocoa powders, the ice and sugars, the cake tester, the cooling rack, the liners, for example, head over to the website, which is sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. All of your purchases can be made directly with us, and you can either search by brand, have a look at the Facebook Live must-have section, where everything is together for you in one area. That's really easy to shop on. Or you can just go through the actual shop section. If you've missed any of the live this evening, you can catch up when we're finished. It gets pinned to the top of the Facebook page, and it also gets saved onto YouTube as well.
Well done. So we now have 2 cakes out of the oven. So if you remember, I've made a 4-layer cake, for the live tonight. But I didn't want to make 16 ounces. I put 4 in the oven. Okay, this will be more than enough for me and Maria tomorrow.
Yeah.
That one can go to work. Laura can take that home tonight after you've taken a picture. So then Laura can take that home to work. And then tomorrow, Maria, Karen and Michelle can share this one.
You got Karen and Michelle.
Yes.
I'll be so happy.
So they'll be very pleased. That'll be more than enough. Right, okay. So can you see the cake very well from there?
Yeah, perfect.
So it's clear. Got a clear stick?
Yeah.
Okay, now the little chocolate is still there melty, but that will sell. Is that a word, that melty?
No,
But that will set. It'll go hard, so don't worry about that. It's all gone hard in that one anyhow, okay? So I'm just going to put these on the cooling tray, out the way. You can see it's already started. So when a cake is cooked, it starts to come away from the edges. So you can see that it's perfect. Yeah?
Yeah.
So let me put them on there. Now, one of the things that you shouldn't do, okay, is put them on the cooling rack and then cover them with a towel. You need to let air and ventilation go around. And a lot of you have this problem when you're doing cupcakes. You'll put the mix in, and one of the biggest rules is you don't put enough mix in your cupcake. It needs to be 2/3 full. Definitely 2/3 full. 3/4 full, whichever way you want it. It's got to be over half full. And you know, sometimes I see people, they do cakes and they're there at the bottom, and some of you I think expect the mixture to rise and be amazing. You'll also notice I didn't add baking powder to this or salt. I don't need to add baking powder to it. It's a self-raising flour, and I never add salt anyhow. So there'll be those recipes that you'll see will add some salt. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just never add salt. Don't need to add salt to it. And then the other thing is, when you are baking in cupcake cases as well, you must make sure you bake your cake. Make sure they're cooked, okay? Because if they don't, they're moist, and the steam inside them then needs to evaporate. So when you get your cake, then it needs to push out, and what it does is it comes out through the case and it pushes the case off. And if you cover them, so there was a lady on the group this week, she'd done her cake, she put them in a cupcake box, sealed the lid, came back the next morning, and all her cases are peeled. You need to let them cool down, and that's why cooling racks are so good. And it's got the extender legs on, so you can lift it up so the air is going round, and leave it for a few hours. What time did I bake these, Maria? It's about 3 o'clock this afternoon I baked these. So I think it's about 3 o'clock when I started baking this afternoon. So now I've just left them there. I've left them there in the tin until we come live tonight. Yeah? And a lot of people like to bake at night time and then decorate in the morning. That's what you should do. Right, so Maria's made our next batch of buttercream. Good girl, Maria, I tell you. You want to keep your job, you, don't you? Hey? So we've got our third layer going on. So third layer, look, there you go. Nice sponge. And it's lovely and spongy as well, my sponge. Probably won't be spongy after I've muddled it around. I'm not sure whether my layers are straight.
That's going to be a big cake.
It's going to be a massive cake.
Yeah. It's all right.
You're going to have to cut it up tomorrow because Karen's not there
I
to
know,
cut
it's
it
going
up.
to be everywhere.
Yeah.
They could have only 3 layers and we don't have the 3.
Too late, Maria. I've gone and put the Nutella on.
Oh.
I'm going to have to get you to go shop tomorrow and get some more Nutella because I haven't got enough. You want Nutella on it.
And the cooling rack is a Wilton 3-tier cooling rack. So it's got these little collapsible legs on each level. So you can use it flat, you can stand it up and stack it on top of itself. So you've got the 3 layers like we showed you before.
I'll show it in a minute.
It's $9.99 on the website. And then Carol showed you earlier the Baker Wide cooling rack liner, which goes over the top of any cooling rack that you've got or any surface, and it's $8.95. So that's on the website at the moment.
Stops
and
you
that's
getting the lines in.
yeah, it just stops those ridges from your cooling rack.
But I'll show you in a minute,
any
'cause
cooling rack you've got, you will get those ridges on.
Yeah.
So this liner is fantastic, and it's heat stable as well, so you can bake on it too.
Yeah, you can. Oops. Squeaky, squeaky. So the set comes like this. It's free. Now you can have them all set out separate, or you can stack them all on top of each other. Legs go up and down, but if you're cooling, have the legs up. But I find that once I've stopped cooling, I generally just drop the first set of legs down. Don't know why, I just do. I tend to, when I'm baking, I clear all this and have racks and racks of cakes. And when I used to do classes, I used to make all the cakes. So way back in the early days when I was doing classes, and some of you may still be watching, you've been to my cupcake classes, cupcake bouquet classes and nifty nozzles classes, they would come in and there'd be like 300 cakes lined up there that I'd baked the night before. And it was like, they were all on racks like this. But I buy them in now, cheat, because it's all about the decorating. I like to spend more time about the decorating. Right, okay, so let's get a little bit more of this buttercream on here. So this is going to be a whopper of a cake. So, who loves chocolate cake?
If you don't, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, and then Maria, I'm going to ask you to get me out the whisk. Yeah. A new bowl and a whisk, because we're going to finish this off with fresh cream on the top.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, thank you.
So, as we mentioned earlier, we're running a like and share competition. So what we ask you to do is like and share the Facebook Live. You can do it at any point while you're viewing, or you can wait until we're finished. If you like and share, you will go into a prize draw. And what we do is every Monday, we draw out last Monday. So tonight's draw, when you've liked and shared, will be picked out next week.
By Molly Robbins.
By Molly, yep. And then we also do the same thing on a Thursday. So if you watch us on Thursday, and Carol's making a red velvet cake on Thursday.
Cupcakes.
That sounds amazing.
Never made them
red
before.
velvet cupcake.
I'm reading the recipes.
So they'll be drawn next Thursday, for example. Like I say, you're going to a draw for a £25 Sugar and Crumbs gift voucher. If you are a winner, just drop us an email to the info email address that's on the website, and then we'll just send you a voucher code. You can use it at any point, and it's valid for 12 months.
Yep. Right, okay, so that was my last batch of Nutella. So you can lick the edges if you want, Maria. Right, okay. So you saw before that I put this one on upside down. So all this is, it's just another little gadget really. Instead of you getting the stripes across, all we're going to do is flip it over and then it's nice and flat. So you haven't got those lines indented into your cake. So before I do that, which I was just about to stick it on top of the cake, I've realised I forgot something. I need to put the rest of my swirls on. And then we're going to make some buttercream, we're going to make some fresh cream on the top, just to give it another extra texture. Because I need to save this buttercream for our cake, don't I, Maria?
What nozzle have you used, Carol?
I'm using a 1M Wilton.
1M.
I love the 1M Wilton. It's the same as the 2D, it's a star tip. So the 2D, you'll find that all the, wait a minute, can you see, let me just see.
And Carla, I think you forgot the double cream in your house.
Wait a minute, yeah. Don't worry. Right, okay. So you'll see that it's, can you see it's pointy? You see under there?
Yes.
Right. And then there's a 2D, and all it means those points are just curled over,
Yeah.
and that it's a closed star tip. But I just prefer this one. I think it's sharper. So that's all. That's what I like. So it's, again, it's personal choice. We sell both nozzles, and we actually sell a pack with 3 of them on,
Yeah.
which is the 1M, the 2D, and I think it's a 2B or something, isn't it? The round one. So do we have any questions, Laura?
No, just loads of people saying that it looks incredible. The
That's
cake
great, doesn't it?
looks fantastic.
Who thinks they can make one of these? I've got to laugh at my granddaughter, Ella. Ella's only 12, and she lives in Australia. And we were away last year on holiday, and we were watching cake things, me and her, because she loves baking, because her mummy doesn't like baking. And we was watching a famous cake artist, and she goes, Mum, Grandma, she goes, Mum, she goes, Grandma, it was great. It was absolutely great. I loved it. But I don't think I can make it. I prefer to do what you do. And I said, why do you prefer that? I'm nowhere is near as good. And she said, yeah, because I think I can make it. And I just thought, how lovely is that, isn't it? That she feels that she could give it a go. And really, that's all we want to do with you. That's why we're doing this back to basics. We've got loads of recipes that we want to go through with you and just show you just dead easy stuff. And that's why I'm not too bothered about the professionals watching. Having said that, I have had quite a few professionals message me and say, Carol, it's just lovely to watch basics. And that's it. It's great. Good. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Anyhow, so we're going to take this next cake off. Don't forget between layers to take your paper off. And we're going to have the next layer on the top there. Wow, that's a whopper of a cake, isn't it, Laura?
It really is. Yeah.
Woohoo! Wow. I have to get. Oh, Danielle left a ruler behind.
God.
You know that magic ruler? She's got an amazing ruler. She left it behind, and I didn't see it. And then I phoned her and I said, Danielle. And I've told her I'll post it. And she said, no, you can keep it. I'll just pick up another one from B&Q.
Oh.
So we'll get it out and measure it in a minute. Right. So I'm going to move that out of the way now. Move all the chocolate stuff out of the way. I'm going to have to need another nozzle, Maria, because I've got chocolate all over that. I am so sorry. Move that out of the way. And then I'm just going to make some fresh cream to go on the top. So first of all, we want, where's that Nutella? Have you got it all?
Almost.
Have you got the whole jar?
Almost.
Maybe we won't be getting the Nutella. Oh no, there's enough there. Bloody hell. Right, okay. Okay. I did say to you, you can have that, Maria, but I meant the sides. Right, so we're just going to put this on here. Right, now you can have that.
Now, yes.
Right, honestly, it's like dealing with my kids, honestly. I feel as though I'm going back in my time. My kids used to be like that.
We can make a hazelnut with chocolate.
Pardon?
Hazelnut with chocolate flavor.
We can't because we're not free.
Well, maybe we can find someone who is not free.
So-
No, I like pistachio.
Yeah. The problem is they don't always taste true to form. And that's why pistachio took Carol so long to get developed.
Yeah.
Because it didn't taste.
Has anybody thought of new
true
flavour
to form.
combos, by the way?
No one's come up with anything. They're
Not
all
even-
admiring your cake
Eh?
instead.
Should be thinking of flavour combinations for
No.
me pistachio.
Yeah, give us some
Got
ideas.
a load of it in the warehouse.
But
to making
we
different
have
flavours.
to say, just because you give us an idea and it sounds nice doesn't necessarily mean it works. The other thing that you've got to consider is that we can get hundreds of different actual flavourings, but we will only ever put into production a flavour that we think is good enough.
Yeah.
So we get loads of ideas given to us, but we have to taste them, we have to test them. We taste them raw, we taste them in different strengths, we taste them when it's mixed with salted butter, unsalted butter. After the buttercream's been made, we leave it for a couple of days. We always pop it in the fridge. We leave it at room temperature. You wouldn't believe how much testing actually goes into a flavour. So just to, we're not being awful and we're not dismissing your idea, but it doesn't necessarily work. It works in theory, but not in practice. But send us any ideas. Send us your ideas. We'll certainly try them. We'll see what we can do, and we'll let you know what comes out.
Okay, so what you'll see here now is that I've just put a tub of double cream in here. So funny with John, because John's not a fan of buttercream, and if he has a cake, he kicks off all the buttercream. He might leave a tiny bit on. And when we do taste sampling, he's the world's worth. Honestly, I don't even know how he tastes it. He just tastes it tastes nothing. So, but we made when I made what did I make? Cheesecakes the other week. And I made some fresh cream on that. I tell you, after we finished the live, we went straight into the bowl and scoffed the lot. And I think I mentioned it to you last week. He seriously said to me, Cara, if I die in the morning, you know why. So we've got the cream in there. So I'm just going to turn it on. So I've changed my bowl. I've changed my beater. I'm now on a whisk. Now, because this is chocolate cherry. Yep, sorry. Because this is chocolate cherry, okay, and we've used Nutella, okay, I'm going to use the chocolate honeycomb icing sugar, wherever I put it before. Wherever Maria put So what I would normally say is, which I didn't think about, when I made my last batch of icing sugar, what I should have done is I should have poured out 100 grams of that, or 2 large tablespoons of that for my cream. But I forgot, and I let Maria get on with the mixing and just completely forgot about it, but that doesn't matter. So we've got Nutella on here. Nutella's got nut in it, and if we use the chocolate honeycomb, which is not nut, but I think it'll go really nice with the cherry and the nuttiness of the Nutella, yeah? So, right, now the cream is thick, and I just need to loosen it a little bit.
There are tons of flavour combinations coming in now with suggestions.
They're all working now, eh?
They are
Yeah, you're
now,
all listening.
but some of them have already been and gone.
Pardon?
Some flavours have already been and gone.
Yeah.
So coffee we've already had. We've now currently got a vanilla latte. We've already got pistachio. We're thinking of something else to go with the pistachio to make another flavour.
I think chocolate pistachio would be nice.
Yeah, I think we need to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pistachio and raspberry I'm really intrigued
Yeah.
about.
so we're just
What
gonna
else
put a
has
little
been
bit of
suggested?
this in
A
here.
toffee. We've got toffee mocha and we've
Yeah.
got salted caramel. So I don't know if a toffee on its own would be as popular as a salted
Have any of you
caramel.
tried that toffee mocha?
Oh, it's one of my
it's-
favourites.
seriously.
I love it.
Vanilla latte and toffee mocha both
Yeah.
got coffee in. It's amazing.
They are gorgeous flavours. Gin and tonic we've already had. Wasn't very popular. It was a bit
No.
hit and miss, and that's why we discontinued it.
Yeah.
But we might think about bringing it back. We'll have to wait and see what other flavours we bring out for the summer. So it's on a list with a question mark by it.
Right,
We've
Maria,
got
can you
mango
pass me
and
a
passion
spatula,
fruit.
please?
So mango and
A
raspberry
paddle.
probably won't come through. We've got mango and passion fruit already.
Sorry. One of those, yeah. Can't think what it is.
One of those.
And a spoon, please. So just mix this up so that it's nice and thick. Okay, and I actually did overbeat it like I do every week. All you've got to do is just add a bit more cream. I've ended up adding the long life to the fresh because I already had it open. So I'm just going to put in a spoonful of this. Can you see?
No, you're off camera now.
Do you want me to move this one?
Oh, it's okay. No, no.
That's fine.
Yep. So I'm just going to pop in a spoonful of this. You can move that back out the way now as well. Scales can go out the way. Oops. We have such a small space, isn't it? Like, ooh. Okay, so I'm just going to add a couple of spoonfuls of this. Now, as I say, I would have saved some of the chocolate cherry icing sugar, but I wasn't paying attention when I got Maria to, when I said to Maria, we make me another batch. And the good girl that she is, that's exactly what she did. So, now this is quite firm, and what we're going to do is, we're just going to pour some of this in to loosen it up. Don't worry if it's too thick now, too thin, because we'll stick it back on the mixer. It just gives it another colour as well. And give it a mixer. I'll just taste test it for you. Check it tastes nice.
That's the verdict.
It tastes very nice.
There you go.
And Laura, I'm going to have to ask you to
I
open
know.
the door.
I know
Can you
you
see
will.
that I'm dying?
Yeah.
Are you hot?
No, that's fine.
I'm having my moment. So, being a lady of a certain age, I have my moments. So let's just get that on there. Turn it on. Just going to mix it in. That's it, done. Want it so it's nice and thick, like that. Perfect. Right, piping bag. So I think I cleaned a new piping bag down here, didn't I?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I've got it here. Did you get me another one in, Maria? Yeah. Scissors. Don't know how you make so much mess really, do I? I think I might have some of that tin down there, Maria. I think I already got some out. And that bowl down there. And I'll just grab the scissors. There's a white bowl. Just one minute. Okay. Oh, this is a larger 1M actually, and it's part of the Savoy set as well. We do a Savoy set by PME, and it's a big set of all the real big nozzles. So this was to hand, so I'm going to use this instead because it's bigger. Probably going to have to fill my bag a few times. So now I'm off camera. Let's get back on camera, sorry. Let's get back on camera. I shouldn't really tell you this really, but I will tell you. If you've got icing sugar in, the flavoured icing sugar, and you need to make it chocolate, just go and get your cocoa powder out of the cupboard and add 35 grams of the plain cocoa powder to your icing sugar, and you'll immediately get a chocolate one. So if you want to do chocolate blueberry or chocolate lemon, chocolate lemon isn't right actually. I was watching a documentary on chocolates being made in a factory just over the Christmas period, and I think it was Cadbury's, and they brought out chocolate lemon. It never got off the ground. But if you've got a flavour and you want to make it a chocolate flavour, just add 35 grams of plain cocoa powder. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to make these really big ones. Finish off this cake. Is anyone coming into the warehouse tomorrow, Laura?
Well, I'll let you know when I've got a queue at the door.
Massive this cake now, isn't it?
It's all right. I've already had a message off my mum. My dad's watching and he's expecting cake.
You have to slice it in half before you get to
Oh
work.
my God.
Your mum and dad like it. Your dad likes it though, doesn't he?
It's my
Loves
dad.
it,
He's
doesn't
got
he?
a right sweet tooth. Yeah, it's terrible.
There we go. Oops. Did it get you, Marie?
No.
Right, that's that done. Let's move all that out of the way. I'm going to finish our cake. What do we think of that, everybody?
Fantastic. It looks incredible.
Yeah. I noticed I did the rose swirl around the centre, and then
Yeah.
I just thought for Valentine's Day we could put on some of the edible images that we do. I do talk about edible images. These are for cupcakes, but just thought, you know what, let's stick a few on here.
That's a cute idea actually, because you could use them to do your portions.
You could, but
We're not. But you could.
They are for your cupcakes, but I just saw them then. I thought, oh, you know what, let's stick a few of them on.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Because even if you had two different designs, you could alternate them round.
Yeah.
That's a nice idea actually, to do them like
And
that.
it's all about made with love, I love you.
Totally.
And then we could move them around to make sure that they're even. There we go. There we go.
Perfect.
We're done.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. What do we think? And where's the other cakes as well? So let's see how they're doing. God, it is a massive cake, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crikey. Laura's dad can have some. Right, okay, so can you see here the cakes now? See how they're coming away from the tin? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's how they should be. And then they're still warm, but look, I can lift them out.
Yeah.
Just nice and loose from the tin. So you can see I can lift them out, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how lovely they are. But I'm just going to leave them cooling in the tin overnight, and Maria and I will come back and put them together for Michelle, Karen and I tomorrow. So just let me put that out of the way. Right. What did they think of our new banner, any on the side?
Well,
What do you-
I don't think they're that attentive, Carol. No one's really
Have you not been
commented.
noticing our new pop-up banner?
Oh, yeah.
There. Marie's gone to a lot of hard work for that today.
No.
You've
It
not
has
seen
been up
it?
the whole time, I promise.
Hey, pardon?
So it has been up the whole time, I promise.
Yeah. And how many of you joined I'm in a serious
A
relationship?
lot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to
If
keep
you've
the
not
admins
answered
busy.
the questions though, you won't get in. I'm being
Yeah.
really strict on it, seriously.
Yeah.
Because I'm being really strict on it because I need it to be for Sugar and Crumbs customers. I just want to do a little group for them. All the rest of you won't miss out, but they just get first dabs.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so we need my phone because I think we're done.
I'm going to do the
Aren't we?
draw.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah.
do the draw. So we need last Mondays, don't we? So I realised when I did the draw the other day, I was miles away from the camera.
Oh, right, I'll zoom in tonight then.
Yeah.
Just to recap, the draw we're doing is for a like and share that we're running. So if you like and share the Facebook Live while you're watching, we will then draw the winners of... basically, everyone then gets put into a prize draw. We will draw the winner on the following week. So for tonight's live, when you've liked and shared, we will then draw the winner next Monday, for example. So this winner is for everyone who liked and shared last Monday's Facebook Live.
Oh, crikey, that was good time, wasn't it?
Very.
So I've just had to turn my phone off.
Oh,
I
right.
don't know whether any of you noticed though, but if you watch a live, and I've done it with other lives, if I watch a live on my phone, I can't get it off. I have to turn my phone off, and I don't know whether it's a problem with Facebook not allowing me to move away from it. It does it on my iPad, I can get away from it, but on my phone, yeah. Oh, sorry, I just got to wait for the phone to reboot up again. But we can have a lovely chat. Why don't we answer some questions? Any questions?
There's
Was
no-
there any newbies?
Yeah, there's been a couple of new people joined us this evening, so they've also joined over on the community page as well. So like I said before, if you've missed anything from tonight's live, or you want to recap at any point, the whole live gets pinned to the top of our Facebook page. It also gets saved onto YouTube as well. So you can also watch back on YouTube. All of our previous Facebook Lives are on YouTube as well. So if there's any that you want to catch up on that you've missed at all, just head over to YouTube. You can watch them all there. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn your notifications on. It gives you a little pop-up
Just
to let you
for a minute.
know.
It was here last Monday.
Emily,
Ah.
Michelle.
Yeah, that's
You've
it.
got chocolate
Good.
around your mouth. Sorry,
I wasn't
just
gonna say
laughing-
anything.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Maria with the Nutella all around her mouth. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn your notifications on, you will actually get a notification when we add a new video to YouTube, so you don't miss out. So even if you forget that we're on for any reason, or if we do a random Facebook Live and save it, it will all appear on there for you.
So I'm just trying to find the
That's all right.
live from last week. Oh, there it is there. Great. So there's the shares. Shares. So when the shares are, can you see on the camera there?
Yeah.
So what I have to do is pull them to make sure we're stretched right down. Keep bouncing. Go back, and then you'll see that as you go up, it
Yeah, it's
starts to
loading.
release in. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Maria, come round here with your sticky Nutella finger. Right, 1, 2, 3, go! What have we got there? Donna Louise Andrews.
Well done.
That's one before, actually.
Don't know.
Right, Donna, or was it Donna who won last week? Right, okay, so Donna Louise Andrews, crikey, no wonder she won, she shared 3 times, look
Well
at that.
done.
Look, can you see it on the
Worth
camera?
it
Can you
there.
see there? Look, don't know whether you can see there. Donna Louise Andrews, Donna Louise Andrews, Donna
Oh,
Louise
yeah.
Andrews. That's because she shared 3 times it's come up, so
It's worth
well
it
worth
then.
it. So she has won a £25 voucher. In fact, she's won it. She's shared it again up there. Crikey, she's been busy. Well done. She deserved to win.
There you
Right,
go.
okay. So well done, Donna. Congratulations, you are the winner of a £25 gift voucher. All you need to do is go to our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go to contact, pop a message in there, say that you won tonight's live. give us we don't need to give us anything actually,
No.
because we email a code through, don't we?
Absolutely.
Which is brilliant. And thank you all of you for joining me in this live tonight.
Ow.
I would like to chop it open, but Maria needs to take a photo, and I'll get
I'll take pictures tomorrow.
or should we cut it after we've taken the photo and show a picture?
It's up to you.
Can you wait 10 minutes? We'll cut it afterwards and we'll take a picture, and then you can see how lovely it is, and then we'll have to bung it back in somehow. Right. Okay, thank you for joining us. I will see you on Thursday. Don't forget, we've got two more lives to do. Thursday we are here with myself doing red velvet cakes. Remember, it's all back to basics baking, and that's 8 o'clock live. And 8 o'clock on Friday night, we've got Amy Archibald in. Now, she's doing a class this weekend. She can't do the live on Monday, so she's very kindly to do a live on Friday night. Now, a lot of us bake on a Friday, so I think it's a great night for us to be there. And it's 8 o'clock here on the channel, and we'll be with Amy Archibald, and she's going to make you one of her most incredible flowers. She made this beautiful rose last time she was here. What was the other one called?
Dahlia.
A dahlia, was it?
Was it?
Adalia.
It took forever, both of them, but they were beautiful. Beautiful. And you know what? I find it absolutely amazing, anybody who can make flowers. I'm all fingers and thumbs, but I do love watching them being made, and they're incredible. And I will say, on that cake there, I mean, you've got to give it a stew. It just looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it? That was the avalanche rose,
Beautiful.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so brilliant. So make sure you're in with us for the next Thursday and Friday, and we'll update you on other stuff then. So a big thank you to Laura and Maria. Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching.
And more thank you for you and YouTubers for joining us. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Bye.